Hey guys, it's Charlie. For the last 2 weeks, we've been treated to this made-for-TV docudrama where you have a Hollywood plot, a good team and a bad team. You have the red team going to go to bat for their constituents by being deficit hawks, getting spending under control. You have the blue team going out saying we're going to save Granny and her medication and we're going to keep PBS funding and Planned Parenthood open. And we even have a Hollywood ending in last minute, 1 minute to midnight. They make sausage, as they say in D.C., and come up with this deal. Everybody claims victory. $38.5 billion is cut out of a nearly $4 trillion budget. This is nothing more than creating talking points for 2012 election cycle. Plain and simple. It's drawing the dividing line. Red team, blue team, start hating each other once again and be distracted from the real reason our economy's in the toilet. The fact of the matter is, if our politicians and the mainstream media cared about the deficit, cared about the economic health of Main Street, we would talk about what brought us to where we're at right now. What brought us to these massive deficits? The Republicans want you to believe it's because of this socialist spending of the Democrats. The Democrats want you to believe it's because the Republicans go to bat for Wall Street and want to wage war. The fact of the matter is they're both playing for the same elites that brought us here. If we look back to 2008, we had $500 billion deficit. That's with George W. Bush waging war in Afghanistan and Iraq. We have the bailouts. We make the too big to fail even larger. We take their failure, we absorb it onto the backs of the people of this nation and the people of the world, and we have a $1.2 trillion deficit. 2010, it's even more. 2011 is projected to be $1.65 billion, and these kind of deficits go on in perpetuity from this point on. Nobody's talking about this. The politicians don't talk about it because the too big to fail fund their campaigns. The mainstream media doesn't talk about it because the same too big to fail fill their advertising time with millions of dollars worth of ads. The idea that something's being done in D.C. on your behalf is an utter and absolute joke. But just to prove that point, let's just watch what develops in the next debate, the next crisis. The same Wall Street elite, the same cabal of central bankers will write the plot for this one as well. You've already seen Bernanke and Geithner issuing veiled threats to Congress saying, raise the national credit card limit or else. We will see yet another drama unfold where you have the red team and blue team arguing against one another, and at the last minute, they'll come up with a deal and raise the debt ceiling. They'll go before the cameras, tell you why they did it and how it's best for this country. In reality, they could care less about anything other than getting the funding they need for this 2012 election cycle. Stories are attached. That's all I got.